How you guys doing? I'm KerinRealty, and today we're at the Real Estate Education 101. We are doing what is an as-is contract. So if you're watching this from a different state from Florida, your contracts may be different. I'm here in Tampa Bay. So there's a couple different contracts we use. The as is the most popular one. So I'm gonna show you, if you're a buyer or a seller, some amazing tips for the as is contract. Also, there are other things about it like mortgage contingencies and appraisals, but I'm really just gonna stick with the home inspection period of the as is contract and how you can use it to your benefit. So for an as is contract, obviously in the beginning you have, you fill out the seller or buyer and all the information and the price, and you have the escrow and the title information, yada, yada, yada. But an as-is contract, what it is basically stating that the seller is selling the property as is. They're not doing anything, it's as is. And the buyer, knowing that the seller is buying it as is, has X amount of days to do a home inspection. Within that time frame, which if left blank, I'll show you. So you go down, it says, buyer shall have, if left blank, 15 days to do a home inspection period. Whatever they want. Since it's as is, they can do whatever they want. They can hire a home inspector, they can just hire a termite guy, whatever the case may be. So knowing that the seller's selling it as is, you're giving the buyer X amount of days to do a home inspection. So this is where the as-is contract is really important for both buyer and seller. So I'm gonna first represent the buyer, right? You can leave this blank, do 14 days, whatever, and lock up the property. So as a buyer, you can make a decent offer. You can make a higher offer just to get that property locked up, right? You have X amount of days now to do a home inspection. You don't have to do it right away. So you can set it for another 8 days and then go looking at other properties. Because what's amazing about this home inspection period is the buyer can back out for any reason. It doesn't have to be a reason you need to tell the seller. You can just say, I'm not interested anymore. You get your escrow back. So if you're hesitant about this house and you might have 3 houses that you love, you can lock up this house and go look at another 2 and see if they accept your offer, or wait for a house that maybe was pending and come back on the market. So as a seller, you gotta be, iffy to make sure that why is this buyer, taking this long? So when I represent buyers, I make sure that I make a good offer, I lock it up, and then I take our time. Now, just because the seller is selling it as is, you can always take this and renegotiate. First off, you might find something that's actually wrong with the house, and then at that point, you have to renegotiate because the seller maybe didn't know there was a roof leak or whatnot. But you locked up the seller for a little while now. So now it's 14 days later, 13 days later, and you might go, you know what, I want 1% back towards closing costs, or I want you to fix this. At that point, the seller has already been waiting for so long, they might just say, fine, no problem, because you gave them such a good offer. Or you might renegotiate the price and they still might move forward. Even though they're selling it as is, you can always negotiate. So the buyer has a lot of power if he's represented right. So if you guys are buyers and you want a good representation, call me. So now as a seller, when I'm representing the sellers, I do not allow any more than 7 days. There's no reason to have that much more. So I'm playing devil's advocate here. 7 days is more than enough time, because what you're doing is your house is coming off the market, because they can back out and now you have to put it back on the market. So you're taking the house off, you're pending at that point, you're holding escrow, which is meaningless because you have to give it back. You have to give the buyer back his escrow money if he decides not to buy the house. So well, when you're a seller, this is what I would advise. Get a home inspection before you put the house on the market. Know what's going on with your house. I take care of home inspections before I put homes on the market. So when I'm representing a seller, that's the first thing I do. I don't want a buyer to get a home inspection and use it against us. I want to know exactly what's going on with the house. So we get a home inspection, we already have it. 15 days, way too long. I want 7 days at max, okay? That's great because the other contingencies are mortgage contingencies, which you're gonna know right away, and appraisal. And if you list a property the right way, there should never be an appraisal issue. Plus there's other addendums you can do. You can lock the buyer into it even if it doesn't appraise, which I'll do another video on that. So as is contract. It's protecting the seller because the seller can sell the property as is. It protects the buyer because he can do his own inspections, but you can both use it to your advantage. If you have any questions on this, if you'd like to see a copy of this, contact me anytime. You can call me, email me, or you can go to Facebook and send me a message, and I can teach you more about the as-is contract.